Welcome back to my channel. This is a reading for Libra for 2023 March. General read. This is just about, not predictions, it's about the energy that's around you in the month of March and how you can best go forward utilizing those energies. So just from what I see here, there does look to be a lot of promise here this month, and certainly there is, again, a different timeline for all of you. So some of you might be experiencing this currently, others may be a little further out along the timeline. You know, you're not all making decisions around the same on the same dates. So anyway, again, general read, and just take what resonates, all of that. So this is just a general, not specific to finances or anything, but I will kind of give you just sort of the outlay of what I see here. So just to start off, you are starting with the Seven of Wands, and of course the clarifier is the Eight of Pentacles. So it does seem like money is on the mind for sure, and your happiness and your well-being seems to be at the forefront. We also have the Five of Pentacles, and so again, there's some kind of a lack mindset, insecurity, something along that line that could be relevant in the month. And then of course we do have the Queen of Swords, and then we also have the High Priest, as well as the Eight of Wands as the clarifier, Ace of Cups as the main energy again, and then we have the Fool, and Nine of Cups is also a clarifier to the three. I wanted to see what the Ace of Cups was bringing in for you. Some kind of wish fulfillment, something that you were desiring. I have pulled some oracle cards here as well, and a few others just to kind of flesh out flesh out more of the read. You are definitely in an end cycle, and not only did this come from the one deck that I'm using here, but it also came from another deck that I was using, which I'll get right into. So definitely a hard path that a lot of you have been treading, a lot of overwhelm with whatever this journey was for you. And again, some of you might be trailing this out further into the month, but it seems like for a lot of you, you are at that end cycle here with the tens. So there's a lot of burden that you are possibly still in, but it looks like that will soon be changing because of your commitments to a higher path. And certainly this is also about your well-being and happiness, because we are dealing with the Nine of Cups. So this is a wish fulfillment, something that you're desiring. And of course, with some of the cards here as well that are regarding assuredness and frustration, the universe is continually reaffirming that you are on the right path. So despite all of this anxiety or this worry or this frustration that you're feeling about the challenges you're facing, you are repeatedly being told that you are doing the right thing and things will be turning. You just have to keep at the path. So it is going to be a bit of a hard road upward here, just because there's a lot of commitment that's required, and a lot more action that is also necessary here, because I see a lot of defensiveness. I see a lot of resistance to making some changes that are in around this Eight of Pentacles. So like I said, you're moving something up, and it's still definitely in a forward movement, but the Seven of Wands is an indicator that you know, things are still in a place of kind of awakening, and you're still needing to organize yourself in around your finances, or in around things that relate to your finances. So maybe this is creating more order in your life so that you do have the ability to create more options for yourself, because there is going to be a triumph here. But again, there's still hard, steady, you know, committed energy that's required here. So just going back to that Seven of Wands energy. So again, wands are, of course, you know, all the things that relate around your potential. And there's a lot of that potential here. And there's a lot of emotional happiness that goes with it. So what I see here, though, is that you've already kind of you've already moved out onto a path of your own here. So this is now just about that place of, you know, taking a new, how do I put that? Taking the ball and running with it. You know, this is really, it's not, you're not having to shift your perspective in this period. It does look like you just need to commit to putting more energy behind the task, behind the idea that you're sparked with here, because there is something about a journey here. This is definitely something about movement, you know, in around something that is your heart's desire or a wish, as I say, being fulfilled here. So there is some movement here, but again, whatever this dream is, it still feels like there is a sense of some kind of major action or push needs to happen here. Because as I say, Seven of Wands is where things can really start to operate in your favor, because you do possess that ability to make something happen. It is success, you know, against all obstacles or opposition, that kind of thing with that card. So you are in a good position, and you might be just having a strong reaction to, you know, the hard work up ahead here, or you're having some resistance to others or yourself, whatever that is, but you're still having to put in the time and energy and the effort, and I feel like you're willing to do that. So don't hesitate, just keep going from, you know, from a place of you know, knowledge and incorporating all of that, because I do feel like there is a sense of, you feel like you're lacking here. You know, this is a sense that you have maybe not tied up all your loose ends, you know, maybe not seeing that, you know, you're closer to the finish line than what you're believing yourself to be. Again, it's still working toward the realization of a goal, and it's still trying to find yourself, you know, in a place where you need to believe in it, that you are stronger than you were before, and that whatever the phases that you're having to go through here still requires more commitment on your part. And again, this is just staying true to the vision. So you really need to put some of your, own, how do I say, your energy definitely is required here, but you really need to put some of yourself into the challenge. You know, instead of removing yourself from what you believe you're capable of, see yourself as though you're accomplishing it, or it's already been accomplished. So you're kind of doing a reverse psychology trick on yourself, but it's really allowing you to put yourself into a place where you feel something is right. You know, seeing that you have the competency and believing that you have that you are in a good position, because that will help you to stand up for your beliefs, stand up for the values of the things that you need to push you through to the other side. So it's really about, you know, finding a way to overcome yourself, overcome your opposition. But I think for the most part, this is really about getting clear or getting something right with yourself, because again, the energy revolves around, you know, the Seven of Wands is still a card that revolves around you needing to start something in a because it feels like with the Seven of Wands, you're almost in a bit of a locked position, because I feel like the Seven of Wands is where you're being tested, so you're stopping something, because you're either asking yourself, am I doing this right? What's taking so long? You're halting yourself in some way to be able to get to the other side. So there's a bit of a sense of not going forward, although I do see some movement. But again, it's more about trusting the path, and it just feels like you're kind of resisting, you're getting in your own way again. So there's some sense of resistance here with the Seven of Wands, because it's a stopped path. It's, you know, it's a holding position is really what I would, you know, kind of glean from that. So again, the Seven of Wands is still, you know, about you making your way through some kind of a personal test here, whatever that is for you, but you're definitely overcoming those obstacles. It's an ambitious card, and it's a very enthusiastic card. So I say enthusiastic, meaning there's some adrenaline behind it. This is definitely, you know, a very ambitious person, and you are having to put your skills to the test to see if you can get to the other side of the mountain here. So there are some obstacles I feel that you're kind of facing this month, but I do feel like you will get through those. But again, you're sort of in your own way here, again, with that Five of Pentacles. So it's a lack mindset. This is where you are testing your own, you know, value, and something wise and something happening seems to be a very big, you know, coming into play here, because again, we've got the cards of assuredness and frustration. So I really feel like you're questioning the path here. There's some kind of resistance to, you know, believing that something will happen. And I do feel like you just need to keep pushing through. There's new possibilities just right around the corner here. And that gift is going to manifest itself. Again, some of you might see it in the month of March, but there is definitely some form of abundance in some way that is a gift that's going to help you along that path to something that you're wanting. So it is, as I say, kind of a renewal to hope, you know, it's definitely a card of just not feeling like you're quite there yet. It's kind of an unproductive, sort of halted energy between the Seven of Wands as well as the Five of Pentacles. So this might be a time for you to sort of stop and kind of regroup and figure out a strategy for productivity. But there's definitely some uncertainty or fear around your finances in some way, but there is going to be some help in some regard that'll help you along this path. So we'll get to all the clarifiers here in just a minute. But we also have the Hierophant. So this is a card of commitment, staying the course, all of that. Could be dealing with an institution. For some of you, this could be some of you going back to school. Something is definitely coming in through March as information that's coming through in regards to, again, it could be a corporation, a job, school, anything that's sort of formalized like that. It's a structured sort of environment. But I do feel like a lot of you will be furthering your education here, but it's tied in with some kind of wish fulfillment or a dream. So you definitely are going to have some answers to your questions here, and this is definitely speaking to I wouldn't say legal advice or anything like that, but maybe counseling of some sort, or something where you're having to get a second opinion, or having to get a little more information to be able to move something ahead. So you're gaining some kind of a deeper knowledge here, and it certainly is a card about trusting yourself. And again, it's more of a commitment. Taurus energy comes up here as well, but it's about following your conscience and, taking the higher road here, and really, just using a moral compass to lock yourself into a particular path. So, but it's also a card in terms of advice, don't hide yourself. This is something about kind of unlocking yourself to get moving on the path, but it's definitely uncovering some of your own personal truths, or, settling some kind of issues that you weren't quite capable of doing maybe in the previous months, because you didn't have some kind of knowledge that is going to be coming through. As I say, with that Queen of Swords energy and the Five of Pentacles, I feel like Queen of Swords is somebody who's quite distant in the way that she deals with a lot of her issues. So maybe not as lucky in love as others, in terms of, not getting maybe what you want. And so you're closing off before things really, kind of mature or move forward. But there's a certain level of guarded distance in terms of an emotional sort of state here. Like I said, I feel like you're not open to, a lot of emotional areas in the month of March. I still feel like there's a real guardedness about you. When we get to this card of the Nine of Cups, of course, and this is a clarifier, so it's still in around the Ace of Cups, but of course that is wish fulfillment. It could also be some kind of a something that's happening over the next few months, but it is a wish or prosperity, something that's kind of going to be coming up for you that will be an enjoyable time. So it's a wish granted either through gatherings, it's a wish granted through friends, family, some kind of real connected, happy celebration of sorts. But it does feel like it's more along, for some of you, this could be around more along the love front, because the Ace of Cups is some kind of a new start in terms of, a warm, emotional sort of beginning here. This is showing some kind of a growth. It could be in around a new path here with the Fool, as I said, but it's some kind of wish fulfillment. There is something that's going to be coming through that is going to be communicated, again, through some corporate entity or something along that line. And for some reason, the keys really are standing out for me today. And it's almost like there is a reflection between the sun and the moon. That may be relevant for some of you. Maybe there's a reference to sun and the moon. Somebody's the sun, somebody's the moon, or some kind of, symbolic resonance anyway. But either way, it is still a card of, anything with the Ace of Cups is still a card of being psychically connected, emotionally fulfilled. And it is definitely about feeling a sense of well-being in either in a relationship or in a journey on a new path here as well. Because for some of you, this is a new path in terms of the Fool. You're jumping into a new beginning of some sort altogether, because the Ace is a new beginning, the Fool is a new beginning, and it's all coupled around the wish fulfillment card. So there is some new path that you are on in the month of March that is going to be about happy news in regards to, the start of something here as well. Again, very clairvoyant, very psychic kind of time for you in the month of March. And I do feel like you are intuitively going to be guided throughout this period, because you are at the Ten of Swords, you are at the Ten of Wands. And of course, these cards are all indicators that you've really suffered some real hard road to get to these to these new beginnings. So again, it's more about, there's some other cards that I did pull that were along the lines of kind of finishing up some karmic cycles. So some lessons that were learned here, and that's part of the reason why you're going through some new beginnings here. But again, you know, this is still a really heavy energy. When you're sitting at the 10, some of you might still be going, you know, in the direction of this, or you might be just in the cycle of finishing it and getting ready, you know, to completely immerse yourself in this new start. But there is some kind of news that's coming through in around new start, something that's a long-term commitment for you. But again, that 10 of Swords is, you know, you've done things the hard way, and, you know, you've either had some betrayals from friends, family, whatever your connections here, whatever that group of people, could have been some kind of toxic connections by the looks of it, but it was also burdened you in a very significant way here with the 10 of Wands. But overall, I just feel like, you know, if you did feel like you were stabbed in the back, you can know that you can trust your instincts here, because there's a lot of wisdom that comes with that Queen of Swords. She's definitely in a place of, you know, standing back, assessing. She's, you know, the moral compass. She's also somebody who is, you know, she's suffered, but she's learned. Definitely somebody who has gained a lot of truth and wisdom and clarity, and has an ability to communicate in a fairly direct way. And this is definitely you kind of standing up for yourself, asserting yourself, again, because there's so much independence and personal development that comes with that connection, as well with the 7 of Wands and that resistance, and the Queen of Swords. So I feel like you're not afraid to be honest, and you're definitely, this is you coming through as a Libra. So it's a really strong time where you're seeing things a lot more clearly, deeper wisdom, all of that. You're in a place of personal empowerment, is what I would say there. Queens are definitely a little more of a passive energy, so this is really about kind of setting things up, I would say, rather than being very direct in the way that you're leading your life. I feel like you're sort of setting things up in this time frame. So, and again, because we've got so much energy and around the communication of sort of a higher institution, it just feels like for some of you it is going to be the path that really sets you on a course of empowerment, like I said, because we've got a lot of cards of you being heavily frustrated. But rest assured, you know, as the cards come out here, it's time to challenge the situation, say this is not good enough, stand tall, take a stand. It's time to show the world just how damn tough you are. And then frustration, of course, is, you know, your frustration is not a wasted energy. If it is channeled positively to create a better outcome for yourself, embrace frustration, work with it, not against it. So these are all things that, as I said, really, you know, really chime in with some of the other cards that I'll be pulling forward here as well, which are in along the lines of oracle advice and so on. So I just want to kind of, you know, go through a little bit more here again. So again, with the Queen of Swords, I mean, the Queens, as they say, this is still somebody who's kind of building things up. I feel once you're into the King of Swords sort of energy, you're in a place of expectation. Queen of Swords, you're still in a more pulled back kind of energy. So I would say this is really, you know, where you're trying to build everything up. You're trying to get things, your resources organized. It's that kind of energy. And again, it's still, you know, still a place of being aware, more aware of your abilities at this time as well, because that Queen of Swords is a very sophisticated card. You know, she's somebody who's very independent. She's got clear boundaries, as I said, direct communication, all of those things, and she's not afraid to set rules. And I think that's really where you're at. You're setting rules with your time, your energy. It definitely speaks to being a lot more discreet, you know, kind of keeping some of your opinions to yourself, but being quite aware of, you know, how you will be going forward in terms of, you know, who you can trust and what you want around you, that kind of thing. As far as I say, spirituality and all of that, I feel like you are a lot of times your own support, but I do feel like you will be supported in this month, you know, in other connections. But there is some other cards that came out that did indicate to me that there is still either someone or something, a situation that you need to be a little more reserved with. I wouldn't be, there is some kind of a warning that's coming in there that you just need to be a little more cautious about what is going to be, how you're going forward, or how much, where you're putting your time and energy. I don't think you need to be telling everybody this is what you're doing, because you might have a few naysayers in there that are going to try to redirect your path, consume, your energy, that kind of thing. But there was a warning that kind of came through there. So I'll just get right into, I guess, the clarifier here too. And again, that was, of course, a structured energy here that was coming in, that you are getting some quick communication with. Eight of Wands is still a card of being a lot more energetic, getting a lot more, like the messages are coming through a lot faster. Eights are also about reevaluating your options and deciding, how you're going forward, but still, again, really strong energy around, because the Eight of Wands is a card of, ending a period of stagnation. And again, you're sort of in the month of pause, and then you are coming out of that. Once you get this information that comes through here, then you'll be able to sort of broaden your horizons in some way here, because you've got the Fool and again that Ace of Cups. So something the universe is bringing through in a rapid action sort of way that's going to help you to reach your goals. So that is good news to look forward to. And again, I also still feel like this is you responding quickly to information, and you're able to, get something going, like I said. But it definitely still feels like something is speeding up here for you in the month of March. And again, that's communication, whether it's electronic or however. Okay, and I think what we'll do, I'll just maybe lastly go through here again with that Eight of Pentacles. Still a card of you putting in that work. Again, it still feels like you've got a lot of resistance here around, where your focus is. I feel like there might be a little bit of disbelief that you're going to get there, but this is still working toward a very high degree of a talent or a hobby or some form of education. It is definitely somebody who's going to put in the hard work, somebody who is, not afraid of the work, and this is definitely that willingness to learn. So there's a lot coming in there with that energy there. But again, I still feel like you're somewhat uncomfortable here. You're a little off balance because you do have the Five of Pentacles, and of course you do have the Seven of Wands. That's sort of a slow down resistance position at the beginning of the month. So by the end of the month, things should be opening up, and you are going to get communication about how you're going to move forward. So now I'm just going to get right into some of the cards of advice. Okay, so I'm going to take these up here. Okay, so we will get right into the next cards are, this was the Curious Creatures Tarot, and again, some repeat cards here. You had the Ten of Wands, again, something that was really a burden. Seems like it could have been in around family life or something that was in around your stability. But the cards that sort of came out first, and maybe I should just put those in the way that they came out. The cards that came out first was the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and actually, sorry, it was Ten of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Ten of Wands. So again, in around tens, all of this is in around tens. So there is something about to change in the month of March for sure that is putting you on the path. And again, you're being told just to be tenacious, keep going, because you are about to advance something here with that Three of Wands. So again, Ten of Pentacles, Four of Wands, this is all in around your family, your stability. Something is really coming through here. And of course you do have the Strength card, the Three of Wands, and the Star. This deck's a little bit different. So what I would say here, of course, with the Ten of Pentacles is this path is definitely all about money. I don't feel like you're in it just yet because you're still at a 10, and I didn't see a lot of progression. So for me, I need to see the progression before it kind of gets there. And right now I'm just seeing a lot of 10s. And this is technically 4 10s in a reading. So again, something for sure is very significant going to be happening in the month of March. Again, the Ten of Pentacles, like I say, represents the family unit for me. So, or those that you consider to be family. It feels like there is definitely something in the wings here. I just want to go into as well, the energy of the star, because there's also a lot of cards that came through for the month of March about healing a relationship, and it felt like it was a family relationship or somebody that you're really close to that you consider family. So the star energy is about that hope. It's about following your purpose, dreams coming true, all of that. And I do feel like it's a sense of you having some kind of renewed faith. It is a hopeful card that there is some kind of miracle on the way, and it's rejuvenating those energies of manifestation, that things are going to be aligning, and you're kind of reactivating that this is where I'm headed. This is that guiding light. It's about you believing that there is some kind of incredible start now, that things will actually lead to a path where, you know, you actually have some direction. You know where you're headed because something is coming through to let you, you know, to make you aware that you have you moved a position into the right. You've moved something into position. That's what I want to say. You've moved something into position so that you know you're on the right path and something is now operating for you. It's giving you a bit of direction. Again, the threes are all about creativity and expansion, but for sure the Three of Wands here with this deck definitely speaks to something arriving, some kind of news. It's some kind of, you know, opportunity or something that's going to lead to positive change here. So you definitely have a future, you know, that is going to be expanding here and progressing, but you just need to bring yourself to that place where you're ready for this next level, and you have to see the success. There's a lot of studies that actually show that even when you are, they did a study, I'm trying to remember what I was watching this on, but anyway, it was the basis of the study was that people were, you know, they were doing, I believe it was sports, and when they were doing sports, whether you did the sport or not, the person one group of people were expected to envision a successful shot, and the others were actually doing the successful shot and practicing. And they actually found that the same elements in the brain were turned on for a person to be successful. When the brain has shifted, they actually were able to manifest the same follow through in the sport. I think it was basketball, but anyway, but they were able to manifest that same key element to success, and so they were able to carry it through and be, you know, do well at the game. So again, you have to change something in the brain, in the mind first, and allow yourself to see the success by aligning yourself mentally with those goals. Stay focused, keep your eye on the prize, all of those things, because that arrival of that success is coming in this month. Something is going to be a moment where it gives you a sign that something is about to arrive, something is about to take place that's going to move you into the position that you need to know, yes, you're on the right track. The Strength card, again, you just have to push through. This is pursuing, it's quiet courage, it's being calm, it's just, and I feel like there's a sense of surrender for you that you're going to get to this path. I feel like you are actually now at a place where, I think where you were resisting before and trying to do something in one particular way, but now you're seeing that you need to pull back and just let, you know, go with the universe's direction in which this will flow. So what I'm saying there is that I feel like you're pulling back, you're surrendering to the universe's way of doing it. So I feel like you had to be a little bit flexible, or you will have to be in the month of March. And again, some of you it's further out, but it is definitely a card or a time of being, you know, a lot more flexible, relaxed, and not as difficult and resistant here that you might have been in previous months, because I feel like you're having to be more receptive to what's coming in. About, you know, and able to have your desires met. So the Ten of Wands is also, again, just repeated here, but it is the card of overwhelm, overburden, too many responsibilities, a lot of baggage, emotional or otherwise, unfocused energy. It's being too stubborn, you know, having a lot of oppression. And there's been, there are some other cards as well that I'd pulled, which I'm getting to, and they were cards of suppression. So I feel like a lot of your activities, you know, or a lot of your mindset was really not prioritizing your to-dos. You want to do activities that create the most advancement in the day, not just keeping yourself busy, because you know, keeping those tasks, too many tasks on the to-do list really is just limiting burdens. And I feel like a lot of energy has repressed you and suppressed you in some way so that you weren't able to go forward here. Ten of Pentacles, like I said, this is all about that wish fulfillment. It is further out, but it is still feeling like it is connected to people that you know here that, you know, might be relevant for this time of whatever this change is. I feel like maybe this is part of your motivation. I'm not sure, but either way, the Ten of Pentacles is a card of, you know, it's sort of an end stage here, and it seems to be in around your security, like I said. So the Four of Wands is definitely the card around your family structures, stability. It's certainly around anything that is significant. It could also be a celebration around family coming through here this month as well. Because there was a couple of other cards here, as I said in the first deck that I did. So it does feel like there could be people that there's a gathering or some kind of activity that is going to be coming through here that is going to, you know, it's just an invite of some sort. So something that just makes you feel really connected into the moment and celebrating and happy. So I'm just going to go through some of the other decks I had here. Okay, and then the next deck out, this one was the Angel Answers. So the Angel Answers deck, sorry, I'm just trying to find where I put that one. Actually, maybe what I'll do is I'll give you these cards here, because I pulled these as advice as well. And this is, I will do the Angel Answers here as well. Actually, no, we will do the Angel Answers. So I also had some other cards here too that I wanted to review with you, but we'll start with, these ones are actually the Osho deck. And then these ones were the Angel Answers. So what was coming through in terms of advice there is there's something better. So again, I feel like you were surrendering to the universe in some way. I think you were trying to do something in a particular way, hoping it would all just fall into place, but that's not how it's going to manifest. I feel like you are going to have to give over to the universe some of the control here. We also have not the right time. So whatever you were trying to do in the way that you were doing it isn't the right time, if that is relevant to a question that you had. But there is going to be some big happy changes up ahead here, but you just need to get more information. You need to build on something. You're not quite in a place where it is ready to manifest yet. And I feel like overall your health is improving for some of you, if that is noteworthy. And then there's no need to worry. So there's a lot of cards here of support. And like I said, even though it's not happening in the timely fashion that you had hoped, it does look like something is going to be coming in. And again, there's something better on the way here. So if you're tied to a particular idea about how something should manifest or how something should look, just be aware it's not the right time. There is some big happy changes coming though, and you need to get some more information to be able to pursue this. Your overall health is improving and there's no need to worry. So Spirit has your back here. You are being looked after. And we're now just going to get into we will go right to these ones here again. Okay, so we've got the Four of Michael. Four, of course, all about finding some balance. Sixes are also about finding that balance. Six of Raphael. Page of Raphael, bringing in some news. And, of course, the last two cards out is Three of Gabriel and Nine of Gabriel. Or Ariel, and these are amazing because they're all really positive cards. So this deck is the Archangel Power deck, and just in quick review, the Four of Michael, insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, seek relief from stress. So I think you've been feeling that overwhelm and it's just time to pull back. Six of Raphael, embrace your inner child, new friends, rekindled relationships, children, or childhood is somehow relevant here as well. So it looks like there's a gathering, as I mentioned before, in the month of March. Page of Raphael, a new emotional situation, messages regarding relationships, social invitations. Again, there it is, same repeat there. Connection to, you know, friends, family, those from the past. And then we've got the Three of Gabriel, prosperity arising from wise planning, and it's time to take the next step. Optimistic plans turn out better than you expected. And then finally, the Nine of Ariel. So there is, again, something around your dreams fulfilled. Hard work is paid off. This could be in around your love life for some of you, and for others, this is in another direction in regards to a passionate dream or something that you're really, quite committed to. So just to go through the Four of Michael. The Four of Michael, again, that is the angel that comes through for this month, and this one is all about making something happen. It's about making time for you, and of course taking the break. As we mentioned, it's stepping back, it's letting go, and it's about letting something, rather than you trying to force your way into a particular destiny. It's about letting the universe, kind of come in and do a full recovery here, by allowing you that time to step back and really see the new direction that you're headed in. So instead of trying to force the direction, force yourself doing too many jobs, spreading yourself too thin, it's really about making practical use of your time instead of, going all out in 15 different directions. So of course, with the Six of Raphael, you need to go back into this place of where you felt your most peaceful, whatever the dreams were that you had in the past. You need to kind of reconnect to those memories, and that'll help you to get back in step with how you're going forward. So again, this might be revolving around a connection to, or connections to, close relationships or other friendships that you had in the past. Something is rekindled here, but it's also, and because all the cards are positive, I wouldn't say this is in any way a warning about something from the past. It's really cards indicating that you can kind of trust in those connections. Page of Raphael, again, that is, maybe some kind of new emotional bond or something that's coming through that's going to open you up. It's about you feeling a lot more, enlightened in some way. So for some of you, this is psychic gifts moving to, a new level of empowerment and certainly enlightenment, but it's also about emotionally connecting to a particular person or someone, that is giving you some level of reassurance, because there's a deep communication that comes through with this person. Very warm, possibly even Pisces kind of energy is what I'm getting off of this, but I'm not really sure why I'm getting that feeling, but that seems to be what I'm getting, something water signish. Then we've got the Nine of Ariel, and of course nines are all about that, you're pretty close to completion on something. So, and this is a wish fulfillment. So again, you're on the right path. You've got a lot of things that are kind of headed in your direction here, but it's going to be the start of something in around that in this month. So I'm not saying it's the culmination of all your dreams coming true. This is really about, you're now in a place where something has just moved into position for you to take advantage of it with the nine. So then we're going to get back into the Three of Gabriel, and that card is of course all about expansion. Threes are definitely about moving something ahead for sure. And as I said, this is really that time for you to really, you've made some really good decisions here in whatever this direction. And I feel like you're ready for some kind of new adventure. And this is where your enthusiasm is really starting to run high. And you really do have, nothing, there's no need to worry, because whatever comes up, you will be able to handle it. And there will be some kind of return in terms of money and emotional returns in whatever this path is. You just have to trust and keep the faith. Okay, we're almost done. And I also pulled some other cards here, these are some advice cards, and this is Divine Love and Transcendence. And this one I'll read because this is my son got me this deck, and I really, really enjoyed this one, and I'm trying to go through this a lot more. But Transcendence is definitely a very significant card, and that is considered to be a moonstone card. So I'm just trying to get to that to read to you. Okay, so Transcendence. Your soul craves for you to remember the karmic lessons that you've been taught in past lives so that you can advance through your soul cycle and eventually reach the level of transcendence where you no longer need to learn those karmic lessons. Instead, your soul will ascend to a divine council of light to teach and guide others on how to reach their own state of transcendence. Using Moonstone during this pivotal transition will allow your physical body to release any feelings of emotional instability and stress so that your inner strength can be renewed. Moonstone's divine energy and healing white light will immerse you in the tranquility and the calmness that you require to reach a higher frequency, more in line with your higher self. Channel Moonstone's energy to activate and heal the 7th chakra, the crown chakra, where your higher self resides. It is placed just above the crown of your head, and it is your direct connection to source energy. When activated, this energy will enter the crown and be dispersed through each of the 6 chakras below. Once your higher crown chakra is activated, your self-awareness is heightened, which leads on to a spiritual enlightenment or knowing on higher levels of consciousness, and know that they are attainable in this state. And the next card out here was Divine Love. So Divine Love is all about pink amethyst, soul star chakra, true purpose, self-acceptance, divine path. Divine love is transcendent and sacred, and showing and experiencing it, and by experiencing it is an act of supporting yourself and others completely and entirely, and it's helping you to make a connection on a deeper spiritual level. So this card is where the energy of divine love is tangible. So something is really able for you to see and realize that it's around you at all times. It's never depleted, it's not inaccessible, and all you have to do is be open to it, ready to receive it, because pink amethyst stimulates, activates, and opens the soul star chakra, so you're better able to act upon your intuition, which in turn allows you to be guided by your experiences. And pink amethyst puts emphasis on healing, patience, love, and allows you to fully align with your soul's purpose and path. And it's radiating divine love in a way, it's radiating divine love in a way that allows you to accept yourself and others without judgment. The soul star chakra is key to heightening your relationship with the universe. As it sends divine love and light directly to your soul, take a moment to lie in silence and place the divine love card, well, in this case, you can also get the stone 15 centimeters above your head. You close your eyes, imagine a gentle pink energy flowing through your body, and then that's again directly from above your head. And this is about you being able to act on your intuition and being guided by those experiences, and that's helping you to align to your full soul's purpose. And that seems to be the thread for the month of March. It is definitely about reaching your soul's purpose. Then the next cards out. Okay, this was the fortune. Sorry, just trying to find where I put it here. Oh, there they are. Okay, so these ones were the fortune reading cards. So I'll start out with the first card here, which is Chariot. So Chariot is charge ahead with confidence, stay strong and focused. Very goal-oriented month for the month of March for you. This is about the time being right. This is about laying firm foundations, staying focused, being determined. You've got a newfound confidence that's coming through this month. I feel like you're more in control of yourself, and you're more intentional in terms of your personal boundaries and how you're going to establish yourself. You are definitely on the course to finding your life's purpose, and it is all about overcoming money or career difficulties, because with this card you're able to reach heights of success, and it's definitely about moving toward the life that you wish to live, and it's definitely about being a lot more assertive, but it is sort of a longer term goal with that particular card and this deck. And the next card out is Cracker. Positive energy surrounds you, love, joy, and good fortune awaits you. This is just around the corner. Like I said, whatever this new path is, it's starting this month. Personally, you're on fire. This is about positive energy around you. There's good news that's coming in this month, and it's professionally helping you to take, realize your own potential. So you're starting to see where things are going for gold, all of that. It can be also about attracting a lot of admirers this month, being at the right place, the right time in terms of people, or an opportunity. It's definitely about positive admiration, promotions, all of that comes through with this, and it's money-making ideas that are coming your way. And it can be about buying and selling as well, but it's also about being assertive about the things that you want this month. And we also have the card of fire, and that one is all about letting go of emotional upheaval. So I feel like for the most part, a lot of you, just to embrace that renewal, a lot of you have been a little bit on burnout. Like I said, there's been something that's been consuming you with anger or rage, or something that's, maybe you've been around somebody that has made you feel like you're walking on eggshells, or that you weren't able to communicate very well with. But this is a time for you to really look at things rationally as well, because you are moving towards some kind of major life transformation. It's a new goal, it's a big goal, and there's a lot more motivation that comes through with this. There's a lot of desire, there's a lot of ambition that's coming through this month about you being able to make it happen. This is really about letting the past go, confronting what's gotten in the way of your personal growth, and you getting back to a position where you feel like will give you some respect. And then we also have the love card. So the love card as well is about love surrounding you in, positive connections. So this is about you attracting attention to yourself, connections, love connections, personally, professionally, however that relates for you. But again, this is also travel sort of coming through here. But again, usually for me, I see the world card and other things that kind of revolve around that. But that might be in the back, the back of your mind here. But it's about remaining positive. All these cards are about stay positive. Keep the negative thoughts away. Keep your vibration a little bit higher. When I say higher, it's not that energy is good or bad, but I mean, certainly when you are more in line with energy that you want, around you, that takes a certain mindset to be able to draw that to you as well. So this could be, again, this is cards of getting together with, people that are that make you feel good. This is friends, family, again, whatever that is for you, but it's still could be even in a professional role. But there's something that's coming through in the month of March that will help you to see that there's going to be something manifesting. The last card out, even though it is a card of warning, snake, your intuition, healing powers will guide you to a better path. Be careful. It is still a card about you, something is making you more aware of your potential, but by doing this as well, it is still an indicator that something might not be in your best interest. And so your thoughts, your emotions could be you against you, but again, this could be someone around you. But just to tread lightly in how you express yourself. I wouldn't be, how do I say, over self-grandizing or over promoting yourself. I feel like this is a time for you to get out of your own way as well, like take that leap of faith and all of that. But it's about just putting yourself into a better, how do I say, it's I'm not saying get out there into the limelight, but I am saying, be confident in what you're doing without being overly showy or show off maybe with it, is how I would probably best phrase that. Let me just see if there was anything else I missed here. One last one. Okay, this is the seven oracle energies. Okay, one sec here. So I know this is extra long. I just decided to take that moment to do it today. So Roots of Abundance is what's coming out here. Roots of Abundance, of course, is a card of being stable and anchoring yourself, feeling secure, and knowing that you're on the path to abundance here. It is limitless potential. You have something that is a really good idea, and you have to manifest it, and it is still safe and secure. It's a grounded dream, and I feel like you really can, trust that the growth that you will be putting and the energy that you're putting behind something is you're going to see those seeds follow a straight line as the card depicts. It'll be a time for you to really see the growth, one movement at a time. I feel like you can actually watch how the steps will manifest here. Something is going to be a kind of a structured way of dealing with it anyway, is what that path sort of feels like. But the Roses Kissed, again, is about pleasure, satisfaction, deep enjoyment, being really involved, with your senses. Something is really taking all of your senses to, make you connect to it, whatever it is. So I feel like whatever this dream is, or this goal, or this person, or whatever it is, you're feeling it throughout your body. It's something that you're very much connected to. And then the last, I guess there's 2 cards out here. So we also have Exposed and Revealed. So there might be, as I say, somebody who might have been not quite as honest or upfront about something, but I feel like this could even be you. And in fact, this is probably very much that. If you were feeling like you weren't enough, or that you weren't showing up for yourself, and you were trying to live a life of being someone else that you didn't feel that you actually ended up being, I feel like that imposter syndrome, as they say, is not that you've done something wrong, even though you feel like you're doing something wrong, or that you might be feeling like you're flawed, not feeling like you're good enough, again, is sort of what comes up in there, looking at yourself in a distorted, unhealthy way, and feeling ashamed of yourself, that kind of thing. But this is really about you being triggered in those are unresolved issues within you that you need to sort of work through, because they're pain points, as the card depicts, and it's really about not letting that toxicity overwhelm you, because it's, like they say, drinking poison, and it doesn't. So you need to sort of set some healthy boundaries, not just with others, but with yourself as well, and don't keep fanning the fire of the things that you feel, the things that you can't control. So again, this is about healing that part of yourself where you felt less than. And the last card out here, is the release. And of course, that all makes sense. The willing release is, of course, about getting rid of all the things that sort of stymied you, all the things that, you're not, you're hanging on to for, whatever reasons, whether this is you just trying to get through a day because it was easier, the hanging on to the familiar old patterns, self-talk, all of that. But you really need to yield to the divine plan, is what the card suggests, and that you have to, don't struggle to find your answers or work against the universe, because that's when you will be struggling the most. You're not giving up, you're not losing anything by, being a little more flexible in this new path. You just have to set your intentions. You have to remember that there's some timing that is important here. So you have to kind of surrender to that timing. And this is also about you being able to translate how you feel, and getting rid of that sense of entitlement. Why don't I have this now? Am I not good enough? Why am I not deserving of this? Things like that, because things are going to unfold, and you just have to be open to receiving what is going to be coming in. So if you're not open to receiving it, you won't see it either. And again, this is about, feeling very deeply connected to the path, but also to spirit. And I think if you just realize that things don't have to be as difficult maybe as you're making them, I guess, is probably, because I think your impatience is getting in the way here. Anyway, that's what I have on those. Just see if I got all of the cards out here. I think I did, actually. So that's what I have for you for the month of March, and I will do some, more detailed reads. But overall, I would say March looks pretty good. It's definitely very positive. Definitely community, a lot of activity going on with some kind of celebration, things that you're attending. Definitely, a sense that you have to kind of build yourself back up again. You need to be a little more flexible, open to the path with the universe, and try not to see things as you think they should be, and just allow the universe to transform you and allow something to come in. And it may not it may not arise in the way that you expected to see it, but it is still something that's going to manifest in a way that is going to be in your favor. So, oh, actually, I think I did miss one last set of cards. So for those that stayed, I guess we do have one last bit here. We do have the cards of healing. We do have the cards of suppression. We do have the cards of slowing down. So again, these are kind of repeats here. This is where you're at. And we do have the card of the Fool. So you definitely have something here that has been holding you back, and you are healing that energy right now. And I'll read these ones because this is a very involved deck. It's not a light read. But we'll start with the card of the Fool, because this is the new beginning all around. A fool is one who goes on trusting. A fool is one who goes on trusting against all experience. You deceive him and he trusts you, and you deceive him again and he trusts you, and you deceive him again and he trusts you. Then you will say that he is a fool. He does not learn. His trust is tremendous. His trust is so pure that nobody can corrupt it. So trust is, be a fool in the Taoist sense, in the Zen sense. Don't try to create a wall of knowledge around you. Whatsoever experience comes to you, let it happen, and then go on dropping it. Go on cleaning your mind continuously. Go on dying to the past so you can remain in the present. Here now, as if just born, just a babe in the beginning. It is going to be very difficult. The world will start taking advantage of you. Let them. They are poor fellows. Even if you're cheated and deceived and robbed, let it happen, because that which is really yours cannot be robbed from you. That which is really yours, nobody can steal from you. And each time you don't allow situations to corrupt you, that opportunity will become an integration inside. Your soul will become more crystallized. Just see what else is on that one. Yeah. So the naked figure sits on the lotus leaf of perfection. Sorry, I just wanted to kind of reiterate some of it here. She knows that home is not a physical place in the outside world. Actually, I think that kind of skips into something else there. That was more about the commentary of it. But ultimately, it is, ultimately it's about getting out there anyway and feeling, the world is out to get you and that kind of thing. So this is really about not being stuck in that place. This is really about knowing that there's harmony all around you, and the card indicates that you can trust your intuition right now. You can analyze with the rational mind. It's also a card of innocence and skepticism, but it's also about past experience that you can take advantage of, but you need to know that you're supported by the universe and take that adventure. Okay, so we'll just kind of skip ahead here and we'll go into suppression. Actually, we'll go into healing. Healing is better. Okay, so we'll go into healing. So healing is know you carry your wound. With the ego, your whole being is a wound, and you carry it around. Nobody is interested in hurting you. Nobody is positively waiting to hurt you. Everybody is engaged in safeguarding his own wound. Who has got the energy? But still, it happens because you're so ready to be wounded, so ready, just waiting on the brink for anything. You cannot touch a man of Tao. Why? Because there is no one to be touched. There is no wound. He is healthy, healed, whole. The word whole is beautiful. The word heal comes from the whole, and the word holy also comes from the whole. He is whole, healed, holy. Be aware of your wound. Don't let it grow. Let it be healed, and it will be healed only when you move to the roots. The less the head, the more the wound will heal. With no head, there is no wound. Live a headless life. Move as a total being and accept things. Just for 24 hours, try it. Total acceptance. Whatever happens, someone insults you, accept it. Don't react. See what happens. Suddenly you'll feel an energy flowing in you that you've not felt before. And then we are moving on to the card of slowing down. Slowing down. Meditation is a kind of medicine. Its use is only for the time being. Once you've learned the quality, then you need not do any particular meditation. Then the meditation has to spread all over your life. Walking is Zen. Sitting is Zen. Then what will be the quality? Watchful, alert, joyously, unmotivated, centered, loving, flowing. One walks and the walking is sauntering. Loving, alert, watchful. One sits, unmotivated. Not sitting for anything in particular. Just enjoying how beautiful just sitting, doing nothing is. How relaxing, how restful. So obviously because of all the burdens that you've been experiencing, this is why the card is telling you to slow down. After a long walk, sit under a tree. The breeze comes, cools you. Each moment has to be at ease with yourself, not trying to improve, not cultivating anything, not practicing anything. Walking is Zen. Sitting is Zen. Talking or silent, moving, unmoving. The existence is at ease. The existence is at ease, and that is the key word. The essence is at ease. Do whatsoever you are doing, but at the deepest core, remain at ease, cool, calm, and centered. Love that. Okay, and then the last one is suppression. And of course, there was a couple of cards that revolved around that as well before. So suppression is all about, in Sanskrit, the name is Alaya Vegan, the house where you go on throwing into the basement things that you do, that you want to do, but you cannot because of social conditions, culture, civilization, too busy, whatever it is, for whoever this speaks to. But they go on collecting there, and they affect your actions, your life, very indirectly. Directly, they cannot face you. You have forced them into darkness, but from the dark side, they go on influencing your behavior. So this is things that you suppress, whether this is activities that you need to do that you're not doing, whether this is thoughts that you're not dealing with, because they can be dangerous, and you keep all those inhibitions inside you. And so it is possible that these are the things that come to a climax when a person goes insane. Insanity is nothing but all these suppressions coming to a point where you cannot control them anymore, but madness is acceptable, while meditation is not. And meditation is the only way to make you absolutely sane. So on that note, anyway, hope you're all doing well. Keep moving forward. Never give up. Stay the course. You are so close to some kind of opening to a path. Like I said, you're at the 10s now. We're past the 9s, so you might still be going through some of the hardship, tying things up, but ultimately you are definitely healing, and there's definitely a new course of action you're headed toward. March will be the turning point when you finally get some good news, some community involvement, or friends, family, some kind of activity, like I said, and we'll go from there. So I'll try to do a few other reads more specific to money finance in March, but right now, this is the main energies coming out. Until next time, Libra.